Winter. It is the most unforgiving time of the year for most people. They tend to hibernate at this time of the year, coming out for the festive season at Christmas and New Year only. But as soon as they're done socialising, they go right back to hibernating until winter has passed. Now, not everybody chooses to disappear for these time of the year. Some people go to the Caribbean, some people go to America, or some people can do a complete opposite and completely embrace winter with both arms wide open. These are the people that could be keeping the winter sports industry alive. As soon as snow hits the ground, millions of people each year take part in various winter sports that include alpine skiing, snowboarding, ski jumping, ice hockey, bobsleigh, figure skating and even curling. Taking part in these sports allow millions of people each year to take in and appreciate the winter season and in some cases the mountain environment. Snowboarding and alpine skiing are great ways to spend time in the mountains in winter safely, and in the United States alone, it is 12 billion. Skiing or travelling over snow on skis has been around for thousands of years, with the earliest example of skis being found in Russia in 5000 BCE. Originally, skiing was purely utilitarian, starting in the mid-1800s where it then became a much more popular recreational activity and sport. From there, skiing was practiced all over the world in snow-covered regions, leading to communities who then built ski resorts. The village of Chamonix is located in southeastern France. It is one of the oldest ski resorts in France and is sometimes referred to as the gateway to the European Cascades. Situated near massive peaks, Mont Blanc is the north side of the summit, and this makes the summit itself part of the village of Chamonix. However, it isn't clear who has territory over the south side of the summit, because this is dependent on the country. Italy considers the border passes through the top, whereas France considers it runs along the bottom, putting it entirely in French territory. The Chamonix commune is loved and visited by skiers, snowboarders and all mountain enthusiasts every single year. Due to the high volume of enthusiasts, the growth of tourism in the village in the 19th century led to the residents forming the company of Chamonix Guides in 1821 to regulate the access to the mountain slopes. But in 1892, the French government said guides, who before were local residents, were required to hold a diploma issued by a commission dominated by members of the French Alpine Club and civil servants. Soon after, they lost their control and the Company of Chamonix Guides reformed as an association of local guides. From the late 19th century onwards, tourist development was dominated by national and international initiatives rather than local entrepreneurs, even though the local community was increasingly dependent upon and active in the tourist industry. Chamonix were host to the first ever Winter Olympic Games in 1924, and to the village's satisfaction, but the environment's dissatisfaction, it raised the village's profile as an international tourist destination. By the 1960s, Chamonix agriculture had been reduced to a marginal activity, but on the other hand, by the end of the 20th century, there were 5 million visitors a year. This boost in tourism had not only had an environmental impact on Chamonix, but a social and economic impact too, be it negative or positive. Any ski resort, just like Chamonix, are negatively affecting the environment that surrounds them. Disturbance to the wildlife is one. Above the tree line in many ski resorts, the alpine habitats are already threatened by global climate change, and with the regular disturbance from skiers and snowboarders, this just adds stress. These disturbances can come from harming their habitats, damaging vegetation, scaring wildlife, or compacting soils. A good example is of the ptarmigan, is a type of grouse in Scotland's ski areas whose population has declined over several decades due to the fatal collisions with lift cables, other wires, or losing nests to crows. Deforestation and land use change is another one in most resorts. The skiable terrain is located in the forested areas, therefore requiring large amounts of clear cutting to access the trails. One study has revealed that in the forest remnants left between slopes, bird diversity is reduced due to a negative edge effect. There, wind, light and disturbance levels increase near the open slopes, reducing habitat quality. As a result of climate change, most ski areas experience winters of increasingly shorter duration, with more frequent thawing periods. To keep up with appearances, resorts must make out. There are many benefits of the tourism on Chamonix, but sadly there are more problems. On a brighter note, there are some solutions to managing the impact of tourism in Chamonix too. Tourism in Chamonix brings in lots of economic benefits. The most obvious one is employment for local people who have the chance of working in hotels, restaurants, sport facilities. They can work as guides or as instructors. There are even more construction and maintenance jobs available to the locals. However, many years ago, the jobs were from farm labourers. More locals are leaving the agricultural side to work on the resort side. The extra income that is generated by all the tourists support local services like hotels and shops and restaurants. But Chamonix is still regarded as a popular and attractive town where pedestrianised streets give people safe access to any shops. Yes, there are many more in-depth benefits of the tourism on Chamonix, but there are also much more negative impacts, such as the town can become noisy and congested at peak times. This is due to the high volume of tourists. There is much more traffic blocking the small villages and roads. A study done from 2002 to 2004 showed that the traffic pollution in and around Chamonix was worse than in Paris, which will then increase pollution. The natural mountain footpaths around Chamonix, which have been there for centuries, are being eroded over time. This is again due to the sheer volume of visitors who spend time walking, hiking and even using motorbikes on the paths. Whilst there is a benefit to all the shops, cafes and restaurants, they tend to be tourist orientated, and it's in these shops where local residents have to pay more for everyday items. During Chamonix peak times, mass tourism activities and events can create unwelcome noise and damage to the environment. Conflicts can arise between locals and tourists. Animals can be at harm from thoughtless actions from tourists by leaving gates open or dropping litter. The enjoyment of those who come to Chamonix to seek its environment, who come seeking more peaceful activities with the locals such as walking or bird watching, can be jeopardised, and this is a consequence. Although there are slightly more problems than benefits of the tourism the village generates, there are always ways to help combat and manage the negative impacts. Overall, many ski resorts have made substantial efforts to minimise their environmental impacts. Solar panels, wind turbines and small hydro turbines help supply renewable energy. Forest management efforts have been planned to improve wildlife habitat, and it is also possible for skiers and snowboarders to get information about resort sustainability efforts so that they can make an informed decision as a consumer. Alpine areas are very sensitive and no act is impact-free. A study in the Alps found that black grouse showed elevated stress levels when frequently disturbed by backcountry skiers and snowboarders, with direct consequences on reproduction and survival. And just like others, Chamonix is keen to promote responsible tourism as a means of balancing the demands of tourism with the need to conserve and protect the environment. The local council provides clean and environmentally friendly, free transportation services. A really good initiative called eSpace Mont Blanc involves Italy, France and Switzerland and issues regarding international transport, nature